You know say too much garri dey cause alcohol. And you know say this your garri wey you dey take na because of Satan. Now, let me show you how you can increase your income. Let me show you ways like stop drinking garri every single day. There are other types of food. There's rice, there's beans, there's chicken, there's so many other things. But you cannot afford those things if you rely on only one source of income, which is your salary. In the next 100 days, I'm going to be sharing with you how you can make money both from cryptocurrency, forex, and from owning a business. And that is not just all. I'll be adding a bonus on teaching you life skills, how to get out of depression, how to handle breakup, and how to live a best life. If you are interested in turning finance around, click on the link below. Join me on this transformative journey. It is absolutely free. Stop drinking garri every time. Because I said it's free doesn't mean that the link is going to remain open forever. Get on board. I'll see you then. Chukudi, what exactly is your work? In 2 years, you have sold phone, you have sold car, you have sold shoes, and now you are selling furniture. What exactly is your work? Now, are you like Chukudi, that you have been selling different kind of things? I understand. I'm sure it's because you are trying to make ends meet. Country hard. That is one of the reasons why in the next 100 days, I'm going to be showing you a better way of doing this thing. How you can find purpose, how you can stay and focus on a business and build it and become a huge name. I'm going to be teaching you how to build a successful business. And even if you decide that you want to go online and you want to diversify, I'm going to be showing you exactly how to do it. And also I'm going to be fixing that mindset of yours that has been taking you pure. Join me on this 100-day journey. It's absolutely free. Titled Mind and Money. I am going to be teaching you skills that will help you transform not just your mind but also your pocket. Click on the link below to get registered. See you there.
It's muted. Okay, sorry, I was muted. Now you can hear me, I guess. All right, welcome, guys. Silas Umekwe here. Now, welcome to day 9 of this amazing program, The Mind and Money. Right? It's been an awesome time. We've been having fun, right? We've been having fun, and I believe a lot of persons have gained value, right? Thank you very much for those that have been tuning in. And today, like I said last time, we are going to be having a guest, right? I can't wait to bring him up. I really can't wait to bring him up. Okay, so, excuse me. So what we are going to be talking about today, the theme for today is the business therapy. And we are going to be looking at why your business should be online, why you should take your business online, right? Okay, because there are certain businesses that you should not be thinking of starting first, right? There are a lot of businesses you shouldn't think of starting. If you want to go into business, there are certain businesses you should not be starting. And even if you have started your business, there are certain business that you must, as a matter of fact, begin to look at, right? So we are going to, I don't want to do so much talk. I want to just quickly bring in our guest speaker, right? The person I'm going to be bringing in is someone whose profile precedes him, but I'm going to be telling you about him. His name is Godwin Adoga, the double OG, a seasoned business planner, financial analyst, and project manager, right? His professional journey revolves around supporting various startup enterprises, right? And he's also a strong believer of local economic growth that hinges on 2 pillars: business and human resource development. Now, you can see exactly one of the reasons why we are bringing him, right? Human resource development and business development. So I'm not just telling you, we are not just bringing anybody because we know them, saying, "I'm my guy, I'm my guy. Let him just come and spend some time." No. Throughout his career, he has authored approximately 200 business plans, grant applications, proposals. His expertise in prominent features and invitation to contribute on platforms such as Jebolas, Feed Small Businesses, Socialnomics, and many more. I don't want to go about reading his whole history, but the truth of the matter is this guy has strategically designed services to address the needs of 36 million underbanked micro businesses at the base of the credit pyramid. And his professional achievement is just something else, right? He has raised over $500,000 in the last 3 years and managed a highly effective product development team, right? He has led multiple tasks to implement best practices budgets for improvement, right? So without wasting much of your time, I can assure you that it is going to be an amazing time, right? As usual, I have my pen and I got my pick. Oh, yeah, this is it. I got my pen, I got my book, right? So I'm sure you have the same. So let's make welcome. Roll the drum. Give it up for the double OG, Godwin Adoga. I greet you, bros. I greet you.
Awesome, awesome. I greet you, brother. How's it going?
We bless God. We bless God. You have the floor, sir.
This is,
Fire away.
this
For
is,
the next
this is an
30
amazing one.
minutes, the ground is hot. You can hit the ground running immediately.
Well, this is an amazing one. One thing that while I was watching the introduction, one thing that caught my attention was when you mentioned stop drinking Gary, and you mentioned it a couple of times. You see, when you tell people to stop drinking Gary, you're not really telling them to not drink the actual Gary. You are telling them to take care of their health. You are asking them to be more considerate to themselves and to at least not don't allow the issues of the world to swallow you. And one a wise man once told me, he said, when you think the world hates you, go and eat well. When you think you hate the world, go and sleep. When you think the world is crashing around you, go and have a shower. I think this all calls for some introspection, and with businesses, it's not different. The way we treat ourselves, sometimes we treat ourselves, as though we will live forever. And then we treat the businesses as if the business is supposed to die tomorrow or die today. We need to understand that a business is actually is an individual, even in the eyes of the law, for instance. If you go to, the Corporate Affairs Commission, you would find out that when you're incorporating your business idea, you think there is an idea in your head. When you're incorporating it, it actually becomes an individual. Let me explain how it works. So when you give birth to a child, the child is in existence, but it is only recognized, the child is recognized as an individual until you name the child and the name is registered. In fact, people will ask you, what is your certificate? Where is your certificate of birth? This is an actual human being standing in front of you, but they'll still ask you for your certificate of birth to show that you were actually born. Of course, we know you are born, but you have to show that you were born where and when. And that's the same thing as a business. When you go to register your business in CSA, what you're eventually or effectively doing is to show that your business has been born and your business now has a life of its own. And when something has a life of its own, it absolutely means that you need to take care of it. So just like a child, the business has the infancy stage, it has the growth stage when it begins to work on its own. At that point, you start calling it the breaking even period. Then it has the maturity phase, when the business is now able to expand, not scale, just expand, stay on its own. If the founder is not there, the business can, function without external supervision from the brains that created the business. And then, of course, we have the scale. And then at that point, we're talking about scaling. That's when we talk about shareholding, talk about expansion into different markets. But what I'm trying to point out is that your business has a life of its own. And of course, we're talking about why your business needs to be online. So all of these are interconnected. If you think about it carefully, you'd actually begin to understand that markets behave to businesses the way culture behave to families or children. When you have a child, you say, I don't want to have a child in a ghetto. You don't want to have a child in a ghetto. Well, where do you want to have a child in? You want to have a child in a better environment. Why? Because you believe that the environment trains the child. You believe that there's only so much you can do as a parent. Your children will take influences from the environment, from the culture, and then they will grow with what they know. The Bible says, you have to train your child in the way you want them to grow. As businesses or as businessmen, you want to understand that the market your business is thriving in is the culture. It's the environment you have to be watchful for. And that's why we are having this whole conversation about bringing your business on the internet. Now, just to circle back to what I was talking about, with the similarity about businesses and children. Before we even go into it, I want us to establish that a business is a startup or a big enterprise or whatever it is. A business is essentially a child. It's essentially an individual that has to be birthed and taken to a different place. And just the way people die, just the way children die at childbirth, just the way toddlers fall sick and die, just the way adults die, businesses also die. So there are things you don't do to your children. There are things you don't do to yourself. And there are things you don't also do to businesses. Because at the end of the day, the objective of being in business is to, one, make profit, number two, survive to continue making more profit. Right? Every other thing you are doing, around the business is serving these purposes. So at the end of the day, you find out that you're running a business and you're paying more attention to other initiatives, which are good, by the way, could be good, could be well intended. You're paying attention to all these other things. And the core objective of that business begins to falter, then you might want to take a step back. All right. Now, circling back to what we spoke about, the environment in which your market, your business is thriving, the market. What does it actually mean, for you to take your business online? Now, it might look like a no-brainer. I mean, everybody knows their business should be online, but you see, how you take your business online actually matters. And let's even start with why your business should be online. 20 years ago, 2004, for instance, those of us who were, I would say, conscious of ourselves, then who had the personality already, who were able to interact with social media. I would say not social media, I would say internet. We are aware of the systems like Yahoo. And by Yahoo, I don't mean the fraud one. I'm talking about Yahoo Messenger, right? We are aware of KIK. There's this thing called KIK back in the day. MySpace. I don't know if you guys know MySpace. People were just coming to the realization of the power of the internet. So people who were selling, say, books, right? The first thing as a businessman back then, if you want to sell books, is to go and pay money to rent a store. The reason why you ultimately pay money to rent a store is to have a location for which your services or your goods can be aggregated, so that people who are looking for those services can come there, kind of like a warehouse, but not necessarily a warehouse, but a collection of your services, so that you can easily distribute from a location. That's the reason why you have a store. That's the reason why you have an office. Now, it means that people used to go to brick and mortar. Brick and mortar is basically means setting up physical locations. People used to settle fix physical locations for their businesses for people to be able to find them easily. All right. People didn't set up their location because of culture. They set it up because they wanted people to find them. So they will have an address, they would have a door, reception, and then they have all these things. When people come around, they can shop and go. Similar to what you have in a supermarket. But what happened is this: the internet democratized how people find things. So when you're looking for books now, you don't walk or take a ride all the way to Wuse to go and look for a textbook anymore. Like when we were in secondary schools, the guy that used to sell textbooks, he had to come all the way from Suleja, bring the textbooks. Then we have to buy from him. In fact, the school has to buy, and then we buy from the school at a higher rate. Because if you don't buy from him that time and he goes, you will not see him again till after 1 month. Now today, a child in secondary school can actually have the same access by what? Clicking on the internet to find people who are selling that thing at a very competitive price. So what does that mean for the guy who set up a bookstore 20 years ago? What does that mean? It means that the model through which people find things has actually changed. And it has changed for the better for the customer, but not necessarily for the better for the vendors or for people like us who are in business. And I will explain. One thing customers love more than a lower price and high quality is access. Access to goods and services that can be replicated at a scale. And I'll give you an example. If you wanted to go to any place in Abuja right now, you could decide to maybe go out of your house, take a walk and take a bike, and then take a couple of cabs until you get to your location. On the other hand, you can literally just type on your phone, download, maybe an app, a taxi app, type on your phone, and then your address will pop up. Somebody will come to your house, pick you, you pay the fare, you drop off at your location. It will even look like you have a personal driver. Access. Access is what the internet has brought to customers. If you are in 2024 setting up a business, you have to have it at the back of your mind that if your business is not easily accessible, whatever you are selling is difficult to explain and difficult to find, you're going to struggle. You're going to struggle because many people don't care about quality as much as they care about being able to access a product anymore. So a product that is very accessible would sell more than a product that is not very accessible but has high quality. And this is very true, especially if you have or if you sell products that do not cater to the very high levels of income, right? I mean, obviously, people don't sell Lamborghini in car stands, right? They don't sell Bugatti in car stands. What do they sell? Toyota Corolla. But why did I bring it to car stands? Why did I bring the Corollas and the Hondas to the car stands? Because that's where you go to buy them. People who want to buy Lamborghini don't come to the car stands. They order it, right? They're their banker or their broker or whatever. Point I'm making is this. In 2024, the idea that you have in your head has to be compatible to internet access or internet accessibility. It has to be compatible to users who are scrolling randomly on social media. It has to be compatible with the idea that with a few clicks, whatever you are selling can be purchased. Let's take an example of my brother here, Silas Umekwe. He's a trainer and of course a speaker. And of course, we already know that a lot of people want to know about cryptocurrency. People want to learn about it. Now, if I were to ask, you listening to this right now, I tell you, if I want to learn about cryptocurrency, would I need to visit his office to really sit down and learn from him? Yeah, that would be a very good idea. But if I lived in Japan, for instance, and or if I don't even live in Japan, if I work in NNPC, I have a very busy schedule. I don't have time at all, and I only have time around 1 a.m. in the midnight. Would he or should he find a way to maybe organize classes for me by 1:30 a.m.? and then we'll come to the plaza, and then they'll think we're criminals, and then they'll chase us out. No. What needs to happen is that you need to set up a system that allows people to access the training digitally from wherever they are, pay digitally, receive value digitally, buy and sell digitally. Now you may be thinking, well, some things are not compatible to the internet. Oh, look, I think about a service like event planning, an event planner. How do you really, really make sure that your services are available and purchasable and usable? How do you expand the utility of what you're selling as an event planner? Maybe you bake cakes. Here's the equation for that. There are things that cannot actually be consumed over the internet because it is not in itself a digital product. However, what you must do is to channel the marketing pipeline from the user to the payment wall, to the point where they are making a purchase. Channel it through the internet so that they can actually access that particular part of the business digitally. In other words, if people are, you're talking about being an event planner, or you're a bouncer, you provide security services. People can actually consume security services, bouncers on the internet. But what you can do is allow people to see what they are getting. So it means you need to optimize your social media, especially for Instagram. If you're doing something that has, that requires a lot of pictures, things that require a lot of proof. Basically, if you're a bureau de change operator, you want people to see that you actually have dollars, right? If you're an event planner, you want people to see the events you've done. And then you want to create an opportunity for them to quickly find you personally and speak to you. And then from there, you need to find a way to lead them to where they can make a deposit without leaving their sitting room. They need to be able to sit down in one place. You need to create your business in such a way that you have the accessibility in mind. So at the end of the day, those people who are not doing this, and this is kind of like old news. This is what we're talking about in 2015. All this has been known for a while now. Even in 2024, you want to set up a cyber cafe. I want to announce to you that you've been drinking too much Gary, right? What you need to do is to think about what the internet is going to become and go and stay in front of it. Because if you're setting up a cyber cafe right now, it's not as if you're not going to make market. You're not going to make it. It's not as if you're not going to make money. The money you're going to be making is going to be coming from a dying market, a dying demographic, right? Everybody who's going to be patronizing you are people who are very elderly or people who are not literate. The moment, of course, that market is going to have a lot of threats. If you do a SWOT analysis, the reason why it's going to have a lot of threats is because it's not going to be expanding. Rather, it's going to be shrinking because the moment any of those people's children get a new phone and they now learn that they can scan, and do pictures on their new son's phone or their daughter's phone, you've lost a customer. The moment they are, the ones who are uneducated go to school and come out and learn that they can actually just, type with their QWERTY keyboards on their phone and send to an app and print it as a PDF, you've lost a customer. So your business needs to be online in 2024. It has to be. It's crazy. It has to be online because if it's not online, your business doesn't exist. There's a totally virtual world, right? That is an ecosystem currently. Now, those of you in crypto will know that there's something called the metaverse. Of course, we all know that there's a lot of hype around, virtual communities, virtual reality, a few years ago and all of that. And it seems like it has died down. But the truth is this. The world is going to a borderless, it's going to become a borderless, environment where countries don't exist and national currencies don't really exist. And what is going to happen is the only people that would matter are those who have real estate on the internet. With the metaverse, what was happening was that people were buying land in virtual, I would say virtual countries. Countries didn't really exist physically. They only existed in a game or a country. Know how a country exists in a game, like when you're playing Mario, that Mario world. Yeah. So imagine someone buying a piece of a house in Mario World, and every time they are playing Mario game, right, you would actually see that person's house, and the person puts an advert on that in that game, and it's there forever. And you can rent it out to somebody to put their own advert. So the metaverse created another economy. Those people who were playing those games or being in the metaverse, always seeing those adverts for people who had bought land in the metaverse, can come back to the real life and purchase at those people's websites. They'll go and become their customers. So the, these guys understand that the children, the younger generation, Generation Alpha, they are aware that because of the internet access, because of the, the lower cost of data, better devices, better strength internet, faster broadband, all of these things, there is a huge opportunity. And these kids are not slowing down. They are more than us in number, and they're absolutely going to buy. In fact, we're actually going to see an increase in user adoption of online e-commerce purchases by the younger generation, because there's actually more trust, more security, better systems to actually provide protect the consumer. Unlike back then when a lot of people were getting scammed, by cheap romance scams and all of that, people are actually getting better than that. So there's more trust in the systems that actually provide services, and there's going to be a spike in the number of people that are buying things on the internet. So if I were to ask you, what's your business and what exactly do you do as a business? And why do you think it might be difficult to take it online? And if you've taken your business online, how far have you gone in creating systems that enable it to really thrive? Now, it's not just about putting your business on Instagram, because we tell people that when you have a Instagram page, you promote it, people will come. So it's much more than that. Being internet enabled as a business has more to do with the business model than using Instagram or using Facebook as an outlet to show people your business. So a lot of people think advertising your business on Facebook is putting it online or opening a page. There are more than 1 million pages of small businesses on Facebook. That's basically the first thing people do. Just open a business and put your stuff there. People don't go there to buy that stuff. What needs to happen is you need to create a funnel through which that thing you have posted on Instagram and Facebook can reach the intending customer. One, and when it reaches the intending customer, the intending customer can follow the trail back to make a purchase. If you do that, then you can be certain that you've created an internet-enabled business. And that's just the first step. The second step is to design a system for which the value you are offering can be delivered using the internet fast. Yes, not every business can actually be consumed or delivered using the internet, but there's also a model to do that. There's a model for that. Now, I spoke about event planning earlier. I can actually think about it as one of the most difficult things to do. Even being a car repairman, a mechanic. I mean, how does a mechanic keep that business online? How do they reach the customer and, of course, get the customer to follow the trail back? They build communities. You build communities. And the community is not people liking your page. A community is an aggregation of users or intending users in a forum, in a funnel through which you can reach out to them, pass vital information to them, sell to them, and receive feedback. A lot of you business people do not build communities. You don't have any email list. So when you put your business on Instagram, my dear, it's not enough. If you think your business is much more difficult to actually sell on the internet, think about building communities. The virtual community you have built would enable you to continue selling and receiving feedback. Continue selling and receiving feedback. That's how you do it. That's how you actually do it. One time when we were raising money for someone, we raised I think 200 million naira 2022. The financial year was a pretty good year for us. And we came across a lot of businesses who were looking for loans. And one of the first things we asked them is, how do you reach your customers? It's easy to say, oh, we have customers, people are buying this is how I sell my stuff. You can sell this, anyhow you like. But how do you reach these people? And how do these people reach back to you? So a person who was, absolutely stunned by that question, you say, well, we have a shop, people are passing in New Year, they'll just come and pass, they'll stop by, they'll buy the market. And then I said, no, this thing cannot scale. If you receive this kind of funding, you will not be able to take it to the level that we expect you to take it to actually be able to meet the revenue. What we expected you to do is that is to tell us that you are working on a distribution using the internet or using people who are already on the internet to get access to customers who haven't found you yet. Because with the internet, you can actually get from one customer to 1,000 customers in just a second. That is the power of the internet. It enables you to scale. It enables you to accept scale, distribute at scale, and of course, win or lose at scale. So yeah, you need to take your business, to the internet. You need to enable your business to allow a free flow of communication on the internet. And at the same time, you must understand that the first objective that you have as a business person is to what? Is to make money. Now, the second objective is to create a system that allows you to continue making money, allows you to what? To optimize that thing that helped you to make money the first time. I always say, you can stumble on riches. You can wake up one morning and then you find somebody lost their $1 billion in a Ghana must go. You pick it and you become rich. But you can't stumble on wealth. You can't stumble on wealth. You build wealth, you generate wealth, you grow wealth, right? So this is a call on you to go ahead and build your business on the internet so that you can generate wealth. Whatever you've made, that good customer you have, that one contract you got and it made a lot of money for you. It's great, but can you repeat it? The answer is yes. And you have to use the internet as a funnel through which people can actually find you and get feedback. So your Instagram page is not enough, go and create a funnel. Your Facebook page is not enough, go and create a community. And if you don't know what to do or how to go about it, I'm pretty sure that Silas Umekwe would actually reach out. You can reach out to Silas, and of course, he'll train you on that. Thank you so much. I think I've been able to speak about some of the things I had in mind.
Thank you very, very much, my Oga at the top. Thank you so much. I want to believe we all gain value. Please, if you gain value, let me see you drop it in the comment section. I'm already seeing so many people saying that was great. I'm seeing a lot of thank you, sir. I'm seeing thank you, sir. I'm seeing powerful. Right. Oh, thank you very much. I gain value. Who is this? Mara Camila. All right. So thank you so much, guys. I believe Mr. Adoga, the double OG, has done justice to this. And I want to thank you so much, sir, for your time. I know we are going to be having you again in the course of this program. And I would really, really, really be grateful if we had you again. And a lot of people are saying, yeah, we appreciate you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So I'm going to allow you to leave us now. Thank you very much. We've gained so much value. Thank you, sir. We are going to any question that is going to be asked. For those that have questions, please drop it in the comment section. If you have questions for any of our guests, drop it in the comment section. On the AMA, we'll forward the questions to him. And on the day of the AMA session, we are going to have them answer it. All right. So thank you very much, sir. Let's take it all the way from there. Thank you, sir. Bye-bye, sir. All right, guys. Thank you very much. I believe we all gained so much value from that. I believe we gained so much value from that. And some of the takeaways he gave us was that there are 3 things that you have to do to get your business, right? Or rather, to have your business online, right? You need to create a business model that functions with the internet. Now, a lot of people have this mistake that for my business to be online, I have Facebook account. Yes, I mean, I have Facebook account, I have Twitter, I have Instagram, I have they play, just they play. Now, it goes beyond that, right? You need to create a business model that functions with the internet. And apart from that, you need to create, the second thing he said is that you need to create a system. Now, this system is the cocoa, right? If you don't have, as a matter of fact, the entire human body is made up of systems. So if you must function as a human being, you must have working systems. And he has gone on to say, if your business must function, you must have a system that would enable your business to function online, right? And the third thing he said was that you need to build a community. Now, this is a mistake a lot of people make. Have you ever gone to buy something from somebody and say, hey, if you don't buy, come out now, another person go buy? Are you joking? Look at this one, you're a comedian. See, the truth of the matter is you need to have an aggregation of users or intending users. Now, that's an aggregation of customers or intending customers. And that's what your system will create for you, right? There are businesses that can function on that you can do online. You can't do certain businesses online. Can you do bouncer online? You see that big guy that used to follow, what's the name of this guy? There's one big guy that used to follow that guy that's into Kiss Daniel, yes. That big guy that used to follow, you know that guy now is a celebrity bouncer. Why? Because somehow he was able to bring his bouncing online. And did you notice that he was not pursuing people in the bouncing? No? Right? There was no event where they show where the guy jack one guy for neck, carry the guy up and knock him for ground, say, oh, this guy is a correct bouncer. This is the bouncer of the 21st century. No, bouncer, why? No, that's not it. What he has always shown is that I saw that guy one day dancing. And I'm like, look at this guy. And he will always wear one singlet that will always show the corner of his breast. And when you see that body alone, you are intimidated. Then another thing he does very well is he has one charisma that there's always joy around him. You can't help but want to have that kind of person around. So now, what will you do when you see somebody like that? If you can afford him, then you reach out. So, but you will not see him showing him bouncing on doing bouncer work. You just see him, no. Then I say, no, leave and my guy, he with us. But it's not like that. It's not like that, right? So you must make sure you have a system that will make your business function online, and you must build a community, right? You must build a community. He also mentioned two things that you must take home. You must take these things home, right? The first objective of a business is to make money. I'll say it again. The first objective of a business is to make money. In one of my trainings, one of the first things I said is, you see that thing they say, follow your dream, my dear, follow the money. We will talk about it, right? Follow the money. The aim of running a business is to make money. If you are in a business and it's not giving you money, there are two things. Either you don't understand the art of the business or the business of the art. But if you understand these both and you are still not making so much money, my dear, you need to come back to the drawing board and try and see where is this problem coming from. Do I need to recreate a system? Do I need to make sure? Or you just need to follow the money, say. Now, the first objective of a business is to make money. But making money alone will not make you wealthy until you create a system that can ensure a continuous flow. I talked about this yesterday when we used the scenario of the guys that the Yaboki guys that sell Mewa. Those guys make good money, 2K, 1K, 2K, 1K on an average day. If you calculate 1K, 2K every day for 30 days, that's 60K. How much when they go bank, they collect, right? So, but if you look at it, those guys will still be completely broke. You know why? Very simple. They don't have a system. They understand making money. They don't have a system that manages and multiplies money, right? So that is, if you missed it, if you're just joining us, make sure you go back and watch Double OG's session. It was powerful. So before I get out of your face, I'm just going to quickly list 7 points why you must have your business online. 7 quick points. 1, increased visibility. More people will see you if your business is online. I can tell you that for free. More people will see you if your business is online. I have a lot of people that I have done businesses with that I have not seen once in my life. Right? Increased visibility. And why is that? Because my business is online. Number two, 24/7 accessibility. I remember our guest speaker talked about it. 24/7 accessibility. You can have busy professionals that barely have time all throughout the day, right? But they just come back and maybe by 1, 2 a.m. they're saying, okay, let me just see what's going on the internet, and they stumble across your material. But if that material is not there, trust me, you've lost that guy, you've lost that customer, right? So you must, for accessibility. Most offices close by 6 p.m. Some other guys will close by 9, some 10. But how many offices, in fact, in the whole of your area, how many shop is 24/7, right? But imagine that if you have an online store, somebody can go online by 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m., place an order, pay, and he knows that by morning this item will come. But imagine if you did not have an online store or an online presence. So 24 hours accessibility is one. Number three, global market reach. Global market reach, right? You can be in Nigeria and you are doing business with people in Ghana. In 2017, I launched an online store, crypto stores. It's still functioning now, although we have not done, we are trying to do a lot of back work, and because of this year, it's going to be fully active, right? The first set of people we did export to were Ghanaians. Global market reach. We have people from the US that patronize that platform, right? So that is another thing. You are selling your whatever it is you're selling, but guess what? If you have a payment system that can ensure you collect funds from the abroad, I mean, by all means, you will be able to reach just anybody from just any part of the world, right? Number four, it is cost effective. Cost effective. Having your business online is cost effective. I can tell you that for free, right? Imagine if you had to build a school. Let me use a school for an instance. Then you have to get classes, you have to get this one, you have to get this one, you have to get this one. Yeah, right? Now, but if you have an LMS, a learning model software, right? I think so. I think learning management system. A learning management system, if you have an LMS, right? What happens is that you can upload all your courses. No, you're not paying lecturer. The lecturer will come, record once, drop video. It's not that every time he come, anytime you have students, it's a lecturer come. It's cost effective. Imagine if you have an online education. You have all your content recorded and the rest of them. It's easier for you. Number five, customer convenience. Customer convenience. The customer can window shop at their own time. One. Two, the customer can choose to compare prices. The customer can choose. For the ease of your customer, you need to have an online presence. Because sometimes they may not have the time or the power to come to the shop. I was watching a video, and one of the things I found, they said Dubai, living in Dubai is for the laziest people. Right? It's for lazy people. And what they were saying was because, why they said that was because in almost every building, there is a store. There is a store that has everything. Like there is a store that you want to buy groceries and you don't even need to go down. You just call them, okay, so I want tomato. So they will bring the tomato up. That's customer convenience. They understand that. And a lot of people go to Dubai for this convenience, right? So online presence is for, why your business should be online is also for customer convenience. Then number six, marketing opportunities. It gives you opportunity to market your business. It gives you opportunity to market your business. And you know another funny thing, it is cheaper to market online than it is to market offline, right? Especially in a country like ours. Imagine that you have to do, I remember one of the times I did street light signage. I did some signages on street light, about 10 street light, 5 to 10 street lights. And man, the taxes I paid, you will pay a mark. you will pay environmental, you will pay revenue, then you will now design the ad, you will print the ad, you will pay the people that will mount, and at the end of the day, environmental still carry it. That's over $500,000 gone. Just gone. Imagine putting $500,000 in social media marketing. You will see results. It's not, especially if you understand what it is, right? Then it is, the marketing opportunity is crazy. Then number 7, there's so much, but we're just going to stop at this 7. Building a brand image. Building your brand image, right? Most times when you watch YouTube and all these online ads and all of that, you always see things like After Effects. You see some of all these major, you just be seeing ads pop up, right? Why do you think those ads they are coming to your face? It's brand image. See people like MTN and Airtel. Why do you think they're always doing ads online, on radio, on TV, and the rest of them? It's to build their brand image. For you that is a startup, it's easier for you to build a brand image with your internet, right? There was a guy, one of our speakers, that's one of the guys that was speaking in this event. When I approached him to talk, I said, please, I would like you, to be one of our guests on this show. And he said, okay, no problem. It's not about, send me your link. Let me see. Send me your page. Let me see what's going on there. And I sent it to him. When he went through, I was like, okay, I'll speak. So imagine I had one very boring page. You say, my brother, you see, on that day, I'm engaged. In fact, I'm engaged from now to the end of the year. So building a brand image is another reason, right? I believe you have gained so much value, and we have overshot our time. And but I believe somebody is gaining something from this, right? So this is where we are going to draw the curtain. Tomorrow we are talking crypto. Tomorrow we are talking about crypto, right? So what are we talking about tomorrow? What is the topic for tomorrow? Let me get it out. Okay, tomorrow's topic is how to earn over 2 million naira in crypto without capital. How to earn over 2 million naira in crypto without capital. Are you interested in that? I'm going to teach you how. You see this crypto that everybody shouting, you can make money in crypto without shishi, without shingbang. Do you know? Like, that's what I'm going to be sharing with you. So tomorrow I'll be your host and I'll be your guest, right? So we are just going to dig in and we are going to, just pick one or two things, right? If you are tired of drinking Gary, very soon now we'll have to recommend eyeglass for you. In fact, I will put eyeglass as one of the gifts for all those people that registered and refuse to copy this, to watch the program live or even watch it afterwards. I'm going to make sure I have your address. I will ship one eyeglass to you because it's obvious you are not tired of drinking this Gary. But if you're not like Chukudi, if you're not tired of drinking Gary, then make sure you are there tomorrow. See, let me tell you, $1 now is 1.5, $10 is 15K, $100 is 150K. You understand? Okay, let me tell you what I mean. You see this one note like this. See this one note. This thing now is 1.5. When I kept this thing in my wallet, it was about 300 naira. I just keep them. So eventually now we may get to a time where this $1 is like 10K. I will now be forming boss saying no. Then you see somebody hold $1 note and the person is now feeling like chairman, right? So tomorrow we are going to, okay, somebody said, I'm interested in that magic. Yes, that magic I'm going to show you tomorrow, right? So thank you very much, guys. Make sure you make it a date with me. Bring your friends. We've just had a taste of the guests that are coming in. We still have 25 more guests that you have not seen. And the good news is our 2 guests that have come before now are going to be coming again. I believe you gain value, so you can imagine what they'll be bringing this time. So thank you very much, guys. We draw the curtain here. I'm glad I took your time because I'm sure you gained value. God bless you guys. Good night.